What's going on, guys? Marijn here and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about some diet and appetite hacks that have really helped me get shredded many times. Whether it was, getting lean for the beach, whether it was like doing actual photo shoots, so getting really shredded, and even doing a Men's Physique competition in which I got ridiculously shredded, right? Skeleton mode. These are all things, even just to get lean, for the majority of people on this planet, it is difficult. Why are so many people overweight? It's because it's not easy. And so today I want to share some tips and tricks that will make it easier for you to stick to your diet and will make it easier to control your appetite. So let's get right into it. Tip number one is drinking sparkling water and diet soda. Now, regular water is obviously the most important thing, but I assume that you are already drinking enough water, which you should when you're dieting. And even if you're not dieting, that's just very important. When you're dieting, water intake can be a bit higher. Now, instead of just drinking a crazy amount of water, at some stage, water doesn't really cut it anymore either. Like, it doesn't really help you with appetite and hunger. But what really does is sparkling water, right? Carbonated drinks. And so diet soda also really helps with this. In my personal opinion, not everybody feels this way. Some people like to not drink them. And there's also a group of people that think that diet soda is just as bad as regular soda because there's zero sugar in it, but somehow the diet soda converts into sugar. It's like a hoax, a freaking conspiracy theory, and that's freaking bullshit. Aspartame or any other sweetener does not randomly turn into calories and carbs and sugar. It doesn't work that way. I just stick to my plan, my amount of calories per day, and next to that, drinking some diet sodas here and there, it just really helps me feel more fulfilled. It feels like, I'm able to have some sugar, even though my sugar intake might be pretty low at that time. And so I feel like that is a really good hack in my opinion. And here are some that I like the most. Coke Zero, vanilla flavor, real good. The Fanta Orange and the lemon one as well. Obviously you have to go for the right one with no sugar. Very important. And the 7-Up, sugar-free. This is really good as well. Tip number two is drinking coffee. And this has to be black coffee, right? So a lot of people, when they think they're allowed to drink coffee during a diet, they start, throwing like sugar in there and milk and this is all possible if you track it within your calories. But often a lot of these people might not track their calories, so they're just trying to lose weight, eat healthy, and then they do that or throw some like MCT oil and things like that in there because some people do that on a ketogenic diet, but if you do that on a regular diet, it might not be the smartest idea because you just get in a bunch of calories unintentionally, right? And that will definitely not aid in your fat loss journey. Those are really not the calories that will actually fill you up and make you feel fulfilled. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Instead, just black coffee. The caffeine just really helps with suppressing your appetite. What you can also do is taking caffeine pills if you do not like coffee, or zero energy drinks. Make sure not to overdo those. I cannot say anything about that because I definitely overdo. My next tip is to eat food substitutes that are made from the konjac plant. This is a Japanese root vegetable and it has an insanely high amount of fiber. It has the highest molecular weight and consistency as any known dietary fiber and is used in products such as these. These are for my protein, but simply look for konjac plant. You can get them definitely from different places. So here we have the zero noodles and this is the zero rice. And so the reason it says zero is because these calories, you will not even believe it, all right? So per 100 grams, it is 7 calories, right? 3.5 grams of fiber. So you put one of these sachets in there. So for this particular one of these sachets is like literally 7 calories. Now, this doesn't taste amazing, I'm not gonna lie, but it definitely doesn't taste like regular rice. I personally prefer the rice over the noodles though, so if you guys wanna make a decision between these, definitely the rice. So what I personally do is I have a certain meal in which I already have rice, right, cooked, and then I add this on top of it at the end. I stir it into my meal. And then you cannot really taste that this tastes different because like there's sauce in there, you already had the meal, you had some meat in there, etc. So it all mixes well together. But this literally increases the volume of the rice by 2, or you can even put 2 of them in there, then it's by 3. So you have this massive bowl of food. You don't really taste that the fake rice is what I like to call it, that is in there. But then you really have that massive volume, which really helps you with your appetite. So this is one major hack that I absolutely love. Now you do have to be careful. You don't want to eat too many of these in the same setting, My ex-girlfriend did this once. She was dieting, and I think she told me she ate like 8 on that particular day, and she was just in bed. Her belly, well, like literally, like I thought I impregnated her. It was insane. Obviously, belly doesn't go that fast, but I'm inexperienced. I don't know anything about that, so I was like, shit, we're gonna have a fucked child. But we didn't. It's all good. It was the KONJAC plan, so don't mess with it. It's a good tool, but don't go overboard. All right. So I would personally recommend just having maximum 2 of those a day. My next tip is mindful eating. This is something that helped me greatly as well. And this is something that is also very, very beneficial if you are suffering from an eating disorder, or like you just feel bad about whenever you eat a certain food, whenever you have a cheat day, you just feel bad for yourself, you feel like you messed up, you're mad at yourself, etc. Mindful eating can really help you with this, right? So it's really a way of, you know, feeling better about what you're doing, about yourself, about your body as well, and the way that you feel. It goes pretty deep, so if you guys want me to make a separate video about mindful eating, let me know. But some ways to just really quickly get into it is, first of all, to eat more slowly. This is very crucial, because if you eat too fast, your body actually doesn't give the signal yet that you're actually full. So you don't actually realize that you're full. You think you're still hungry, even though your body is actually satisfied with the amount of food that you have. So you have to wait a bit, all right? Or just eat slower. What I personally like to do, and some people think this is a bit weird, but like it works for me, it's like when I eat my bowl of oats, during a bulk, I might eat it with a big spoon, but during my gut, there is no way. All right, if I'm eating a bowl of food, it is gonna be with a little spoon, so I can take more bites, all right, so I can enjoy the food more. And so for me, that has just really helped. So yeah, focus on how the food makes you feel. Next to that, no distractions when you're eating. This is a big one, right? So don't watch TV, put your phone away, and just eat in silence. And this can be very difficult, especially in this time that we live in, because you're not used to that. You know, there's always something going on. But this is very, very good. Not just for, you know, controlling your hunger and dealing with all that, but actually for your mood and just for feeling good. Because mindfulness is not something you just do with food, but it's something you can do throughout the day. And this becomes a whole meditation thing, right? It's really nice. So this really helps you with controlling your hunger and really getting to know your body as well. My next tip is intermittent fasting. This is obviously a tip that cannot be forgotten on my channel. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm a big believer in intermittent fasting. I absolutely love it. But you gotta realize that this is a fat loss tool. So it's not necessary to lose fat. I personally just find it a very good tool. It doesn't fit everybody's lifestyle either. So I'm gonna link a video in the description box down below so you can find out more about intermittent fasting and how it works. My next tip is using calorie-free sweeteners instead of real sugar, because sugar, like when you actually put sugar on something, it is like those calories are just literally insane. They don't make you full at all. So let's say you eat pancakes, because you can still do that when you're dieting. You know, people think that you have to eliminate all the foods out of your diet. You actually don't. You just have to make smarter choices. So if you're making pancakes, for example, you can still make them sweet by, you know, adding sweetener on there instead of real sugar. Because if you do the real sugar, that's just really a waste. Then you could have had more pancakes with some sweetener, right? Will fill you up way more, and will really help you much more with your appetite. So you can use sweetener in so many different recipes. This can be in your bowl of oats. It can be, maybe you eat quark every single night and you put some sweetener in there, just to make it more enjoyable, just to make it feel less like you're dieting, where you're actually eating something that you like, and it will still give you that sweetness, so you don't actually have the feeling like you're really sacrificing a lot of foods in order to get in shape. And I just think that's an amazing feeling. Next to that, another food strategy, and I was just thinking about pancakes, is you know, powdered peanut butter or something similar. In the US, I believe you have this other one. Maybe comment down below. I don't know the name of it, but you know, my protein has this powdered peanut butter, which I've been using for a while, and this just has such little calories compared to regular peanut butter. And so you mix the powder with water, and then you get, you know, like a peanut butter substance. Is it as nice as the peanut butter in a grocery store? Honestly, like, I don't find the difference worth the calories at all. This has 70% less fat than, you know, the alternatives at the grocery store. Per 100 grams, this has 48 grams of protein. That's awesome. It's just a very good dieting food, because you put it on your pancakes, you put it in your oats, and peanut butter is just like, who doesn't like peanut butter? If you don't, I want to say unsubscribe, but please don't, because we're almost at 300,000 freaking followers. But anyway, if you don't like peanut butter, you're just a weirdo. That's it. Next point. My next tip is to not keep bad foods, like cheat foods, in your house, right? So don't have the fridge full of like unhealthy foods. And it's kind of like hard to describe bad foods because I'm all about balance. I'm all about still being able to fit in this donut, have a slice of pizza, etc., and have some chips, and like that's all completely fine. You can fit that into your diet, and you can actually like do that in moderation on a daily basis. You can have a little snack. But that doesn't mean that if I go to the grocery store and I buy a pack of Oreos and a bag of chips and you know some pack of donuts, that I'm only gonna have one donut and one Oreo. Do you think I'm crazy or something? I will obviously destroy the whole pack because I'm not a quitter. No, that doesn't make any sense. I've been through these times, not anymore. So now I do actually have snacks here, but for a lot of people, they will have the same mindset, you know, like if you eat one of them, you just cannot control yourself anymore. Now I could tell you guys to work on that, but that is it's a very long process. I would love for you to work on that. So bottom line, don't keep a bunch of snacks in your house if they're like unhealthy foods. Instead, like I'm all about balance. So instead what I do is I have mostly healthy food at my place, but whenever I feel like having something nice, I go out and get it, you know? So I might get one donut instead of a whole pack of donuts. I might, you know, go eat out and have a really nice dessert, have like a cheesecake. But then it's only one and it's not a massive amount that I can have access to all the time. And this also makes you enjoy it just a lot more. So I really think that's a good tip. Obviously not for everybody, only for dieting now very deeply and you have like really like these issues with like binge eating, etc. My next and final tip is making protein milkshakes. This has helped me so much get through my cutting phases. I was doing this during my show prep as well. This is just such an amazing way to fulfill yourself, and it really fills you up well because of the high protein content in it as well. And it's super easy to make. So you're gonna need a blender, you're gonna add some milk to it, not too much because then you don't get that thick consistency, which is really nice, and that really gives it a milkshake texture. So you add milk. This can be, you know, skim milk, which I would recommend when you're dieting, or if you want to go even lower in calories, unsweetened almond milk. And then what you're gonna do is, you know, add the milk, add some protein powder, add some fruit, and then add some ice to it. And what the ice will do is if you like crush the ice with the blender, is it will really give you that milkshake texture, and it is so delicious. It will give you a massive amount of volume. All right, so for just very little calories, you can drink multiple glasses of this milkshake. And it's just super enjoyable. It's not a massive amount of calories. It's not like a full meal. It's more so a snack. But it's super delicious and really keeps that appetite in control. And you can play around with different flavors and therefore create different milkshakes, and then your diet becomes very enjoyable as well. It's not the same thing every day. So maybe now for a month you use one flavor and then you use another one to keep it all interesting. And there are multiple things you can add to this shake, obviously, but when you're dieting, you simply don't want to add like high calorie foods, such as, you know, adding peanut butter to your shake. It's possible if you use the powdered peanut butter, but in general, I find that this milkshake is just very nice by itself. You could also go for a peanut butter flavored protein powder. That would be smarter in my idea, because then you still have, you know, the benefit of the peanut butter flavor, but you don't have these added extra calories, which is then not really necessary. You can also throw cocoa powder in there. There are just many things that you can do. So if you want me to share more of these shakes, then I can definitely make a separate video, because I want to get more into recipe videos again as well. Haven't done those in a while, and I've simply been slacking on cooking a lot of food myself. So I want to get back into that. Let me know if you guys would be excited about that in the comments down below. Now, if you're not sure which protein flavor to get, I do have something cool for you. And there are also going to be 2 winners that I'm going to send out. 5 different flavors of protein powder, because my protein has just hit a massive milestone of 10 million global customers from all over the world, and therefore they've released something really cool. So they have released these world flavors which symbolize different countries. So it's really cool. Pastel de nata, Indian inspired mango, creme brulee, and these are my favorites. This one, obviously, stroopwafel, that's the Dutch right there. And then my other favorite is the US style peanut butter. You can use this in the shake that I was just talking about. And the chocolate truffle, really amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Last time I did a sit down video, I got a lot of positive responses on it, so I decided to do one again. So let me know if you like that. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you very soon. Peace out, guys.
This complications spin my mind, but I know I gotta keep pushing through. Yeah, I keep doing my own thing. Yeah, never looking back again. I can get it, I can make it, yeah, I know it, and I'm never looking back again. Yeah, never looking